Can't go another year. No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my heart. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know what my name is. I just wanna end up famous in
I'm
their
so serious,
heart.
probably why they be so damn curious. They furious. Easy got these ladies on some silly shit. Now what the dilly is, I'm going all out. Hey, I'm the talk of the town while y'all just saw a mouth. Here's a story about my quest to be rich. I'm like Beyonce and Kelly on some Destiny shit. Mr. 6 Mile, look me up, I'm somewhat a dream. Got my city like an addict, guess it's somewhat a fiend. For my team, anything less is uncivilized. Surprise, I'm seeing this world through clear eyes. And haters only made me more inspired to bless. On the clock right now, what the hell is the next? Like that feeling in your chest when you're ready to leave. Like that memory you had, you just couldn't believe. And we always got a little ammunition for y'all, cause we remember when they wouldn't even listen at all.
Listen here, I can't go another year. No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my heart. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know my name is. I just wanna end up famous in there.
In 97 on Gunston and 6 Measy, the streets made a natural born hustler. Believe me, drop real with it. That was my first EP. Grind harder than granted, but made it look easy. Take it to the top, that was the plan. Now I'm known worldwide, from Detroit to Japan. 14 years span, fuck hot nigga, I'm scorching. I done got the fame, now I want the fortune. 6 albums deep, yes, I grind harder. But I known as Eno Brown, the D is my Carter. I been hood rich from dropping bombs. Now I want white man rich socks and bonds. Want my ice cream and cake on the golden plate. Trying to make bread to have my great grandkids straight. Yes sir, I got my vision clear. Fast lane switching gears. Make sure you dig it, yeah. Never will I live in fear.
Listen here, I can't go another year. No, I can't be up in here complaining. Gotta let them know I'm famous in my heart. Listen here, I'm here for the world to hear. And I'ma make sure they know what my name is. I just wanna end up famous in their heart.
And what's good, everybody? Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Jackson Report. Today, kind of a special day, because to start the show off, I'm going to get in touch with one of my all-time heroes, my actual hero. So we're going to reach out and surprise him and see what's going on with the man. Let's see. Let's hope he ain't took the cat nap.
Oh.
Hey, Poppy. I told you I was going to call you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I was cooking.
What you making?
We having roast and beans.
Oh, right on. Right on. Now, I'm on my show, and I figured I'd start my show off calling my hero. So here we are.
Do I have to do autographs or anything?
Oh, no. You ain't got to. I just needed, I needed the world to know where I get everything from. Like, everybody always asking me why I stayed in Austin and didn't run back to Michigan. And I'm like, well, because my daddy didn't. Like, you stayed in Colorado 30 years, so.
Well, you see what staying away from Detroit did for you?
Yeah, because I saw what it did for you.
Yeah. I just couldn't go back.
I know. And the fact that I'm only 13 hours away from you is why I can't go back.
Well, you could go back, and then I'd be, what, 1,700 miles from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like it when it was like that. It took me too long to get there.
Well, you needed to go someplace where you made a stand of your own. Like
Yeah.
I say, I'm very proud of you.
Well, that's all that really mattered to me. I mean, between you and y'all the reason I do this every day.
Well, you being a man. You being a man. Your mama's very proud of you.
Yeah, was she laying down?
Yeah, she's laying down. She didn't want to have nothing to do with it.
I knew she wouldn't. You should have gave her. You should have gave her the phone. Should have gave her the phone.
No, if I'd have did that, my behind would have been out all night.
Yeah, see. Well, as long as she know I love her, and I'm glad she getting her rest.
Well, she loves you dearly.
Yeah.
She loves you dearly.
See, I figured I'd start the show off talking to my hero because today a personal day for me. Like, I saw one of my cousins posted something earlier this morning, and she was like truly transparent with what she posted, and it gave me the idea like I need to be a bit more personal with the people because they only know me and the Jackson Report, but they don't really know what's behind the Jackson Report. And if it wasn't for you, I would not be the man that I am today. So I needed the people to at least hear my hero and hear the person that keeps me going every day.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, and you said it's like 20 degrees there earlier, didn't you?
Yeah. It's 21.
Yikes. See? Well, at least the weather is legal.
Well, we're looking at the news or whatever. I just happened to look down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 21
Well,
degrees.
your mama got to go to the doctor tomorrow and Thursday.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to brave those temperatures. That's why I can't move back home. That's why y'all want me to come home. I will come when the weather breaks.
When I moved here from Detroit, I didn't get cold for about 3 years.
And then it snapped on you.
Oh, buddy, did it snapped.
See, when I was down there for Thanksgiving, I told you I was being like a little bitch. And when I said 25, I'm not going nowhere.
No, it wasn't bad then.
Yeah, see, I'm glad I'm not there. I keep telling y'all, family trip to Texas. Y'all need to come down here.
Well, you might look up and we be there.
Because y'all bring me Christmas presents with y'all.
Well, Biden gonna do what he say he gonna do.
Yeah.
We might road trip it.
I hope so. And tell Aunt Etta to send me some goodies, too.
Well,
I need him to make me some tamales, though. I felt put out earlier when you said they cooked them and I wasn't there.
Well, if you wasn't on the radio, I'd let you talk to her.
I don't want to get you in trouble because if you give her the phone.
Oh, you not.
If you give her the phone, you'll be in trouble.
Well, I've been at this for 10 years now.
Yeah, at least you. Yeah.
I know what works and what don't work.
I could imagine.
Well, trust me, you learn pretty quick.
Yeah. I'm glad you did learn. I'm glad you did learn because that lady is nothing to play with.
No, she isn't.
Yeah.
No, she isn't.
Yeah, I still think about the day we was riding along minding our business, and before I could look back to say something to you, I don't know what the guy said, but she went straight planners on that guy.
Well, every drop of that Spanish blood come out of her at time.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have had to move a muscle because I was trying to open the car door.
Well, it takes a lot for her to get upset about something.
Yeah, mess with one of us, though. She's
not going to let you walk all over her.
Nah, but I know. She's a feisty lady, but mess with one of her kids and you'll see the other side of her.
Yeah, well, they should be calling me to get my vaccine shot.
Oh, Lord.
Well, sometime this week or next week.
Yeah, you getting the Moderna one or you going to take the Pfizer one?
Pfizer.
Yeah, the
VA got Pfizer.
oh, so you gonna take the 2-dose one?
Well, that's what's being offered.
Yeah.
You know, we still stay in the house. We still wear our masks every place. It ain't gonna change nothing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the one thing I am thankful about. I'm glad both my parents doing good, y'all. It's so many people like losing loved ones, parents, uncles, and all
Well,
that. I'm just glad, like, and Sky was on it when I got there. She like, wait a minute, you coming from Texas now? So
oh yeah.
yeah, like,
You see how the
yeah, she hit me with the
checked
temperature.
your temperature and everything.
Yeah, Auntie Etta stopped me at the door like, oh, wait a minute. But
No, we careful. They know me and Debbie stay in the house. When they come over, they all wear their masks and everything.
right
You know.
on. Right on. That's the cause I don't need
Well, none of them
y'all.
wanna
Huh?
get your mama sick and shit. She went through a lot, man.
Oh yeah. I know.
She has been through a lot.
And that is what today's show about. Like me knowing that Ma fought the good fight and actually won it is like,
Well, she's very strong, man.
yeah.
She's very strong.
And the thing of it is I look at it like both my parents fought that same fight a year
Well,
apart from each other, and y'all both won it. Like that is a testament in itself.
Well, I couldn't be with a weak woman. To be truthful with you,
Oh, I already know.
cannot be associated with anybody that's a clean freak or. I just can't take that.
And everybody wonder where I get my assholeness from. Like,
Well.
I get it honestly. I get it.
Well, I'm 71 years old. I've been an asshole for 71 years.
So you came out the womb an asshole, huh?
Well, pretty much. Pretty much.
You getting me in? Grandma probably looking down at me like you just called that man an asshole. But I don't know if ever I could say I love the asshole.
Well, that's what she says. I don't push it to the point because I go to sleep a lot of times before she do.
Yeah, you don't want to wake up and be looking around.
No. I thought Bobby was a joke.
Oh yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
don't want
I
to make it
thought
a
that was a
reality.
joke. And trust me, that 51% Spanish in her, it's not nice when it comes up.
I could imagine. I saw it
Yeah,
that day with the
it's
guy.
not nice at all.
She was talking about gutting old boy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She went off on some people in Vegas. Yeah, they got her out the store.
See? See?
Well, it was reverse prejudice.
Oh, yeah.
They wouldn't wait on her or anything, and she told them about this. So
I can only imagine the choice words she used, too.
well, the manager came over and rung all of her stuff up.
See?
No, she was right, man. You know, she don't just go off for nothing. Usually she's in the right.
Pretty much. I could imagine. Now, y'all anniversary in April, ain't it, Pops?
Yep, April the 13th.
Right on. I'm thinking.
Wait a minute, I better look at our license. It might be the 11th.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. That's not good.
Well,
oh, shit. That's not good. I need you to be around when I come visit in a couple months.
oh, I'm going to be here.
Yeah?
I'm going to be here. I ain't going no place.
Yeah, you come storming in 2 days late talking about happy anniversary, boo. I don't know how that's going to tie it.
think it's the 11th.
Oh shit, that don't sound too promising. Like you,
It's Lucero's birthday.
okay, that might be the 11th then.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna forget or whatever.
I was finna say, don't come giving no flowers after wondering why she mad 2 days prior, and you.
Well, no, she'll correct me.
I can only imagine how she would. So,
No, I'm all at Walmart bragging. Yeah, my anniversary coming up and shit. Then I came home that night of the 11th.
yeah.
She let me know what time it was.
She like, it's not coming up, it's now, mother.
Yep,
But no,
that's pretty enough how she put it to me.
yeah, I do. I got to get back out there because I miss you.
Yeah, well, it's your home.
Yeah, I just
It's here for you to claim it.
I just need the snow to go away. I mean, I can't.
Oh, it's supposed to be really good tomorrow.
Yeah, Texas done
No,
got me
we didn't
spoiled.
get dumped on anything.
Oh, so it's not
I'm
bad.
still walking around in my little slippers or whatever, so
Oh, okay.
it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's just cold, bone-chillingly cold.
See, that's what I can't do. That bone-chillingly cold part is what gets me every time. I can't do it. Texas done made me bougie, pops. If it get below 50, I'm talking about calling off work and everything.
Now, I 2 weeks I spent in San Antonio. I had a very, very good time.
Yeah, and then had me bring you that piss water out there that wasn't the
Well,
same.
it was good. It was good back then. My taste buds have changed.
Yeah, Heineken from Heineken to Lone Star is not a good drop off.
Now, well, it's back to Heineken. Trust me.
Yeah, so many people been raring to come to Colorado with me just to meet my parents and experience all the goodies that come along with meeting my parents. So,
Well, you know us here. You know how we do things. We got air mattresses.
yeah. But you know, I had to reach out. I told you I was gonna call you because I needed you on my show. Like, you know, it was one of the fondest memories I have. I remember when you didn't even like rap music, but just because I was rapping, you started listening to rap music.
Well, I started listening.
Yeah, you started listening to it and eventually convinced me to finally break down and listen to a country song. It took heaven, hell, and high water, but you got me together.
Figure, I've been country for 60 years. I've been country ever since I was 12 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, everybody had a boombox listening to Ron DMC or whatever it is, and
you listening to
I have
Waylon
mine
Jennings.
on, and they like, who that? And I be like Willie Nelson.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's just been me.
Right
But
on.
listen, man, I need to eat.
I had to touch base with you to start my show off, though.
Oh, okay. Well, no big deal, man.
I love you, Pops.
I love you, too. Your mama love you.
Well, get you something to eat and
Oh, I've been sitting here looking at it, picking at it.
well, go ahead and get to smashing it. I'll probably call you as soon as I walk off the air.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Love you, old man.
Love you, too. Much success with your show.
You know it.
Okay. Talk to you in a bit.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Pops. Told you I had to start my show off talking to like my all-time hero. But now I get to the fun part of my show because I get to do the show with the co-host, the ATX After Dark. So I need all of y'all at home to join me in welcoming Miss Madi to the Jackson Report. Right on. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Do I just put these on my head?
Oh yeah, you sure do. You got to put it on your head so you can hear everything.
Oh, wow. I really like this. I can actually hear myself.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I don't really like it.
See, and then you doing ATX after dark, but we actually in front of Dallas.
Ooh.
We gotta spread the love.
I got to. I mean, I've been to Dallas a couple times, you know.
We gotta spread the love. We
my
gotta
thing out
spread the
there.
love. Like when I sat in watching y'all show last week, like I knew then I said I gotta have her on my show. She's so energetic. They having so much fun. I need to be having fun like this on my show without Gary. Cause the only time we have fun when Gary on the show, cause you never know what Gary gonna say. Like the highlight I think of my promo video, everybody, they don't even notice me. They don't notice the Jackson Report. They like, who's the dude with the gun? That's all every time.
The
Like
gun that's yelling all the time.
exactly, he yells all the time. But you know, it's a pleasure for me to have you on my show because I'm predicting that y'all show gonna be one of the hottest shows coming out of Austin.
Hey, man, it's an honor to be here. I'm glad you wanted me on the show. Yeah, me and Kaylee, that's my co-host on ATX After Dark, we've been talking about, trying to start a podcast. I mean, you've seen us banter back and forth. And
Right on.
just from anything. And thank God Gary was there to kind of like sit us down and be like, okay, like, what do y'all want to talk about? And the only thing I could really come up with is, I mean, everything we do here. Like, I mean, we're both from Texas, small town Texas.
Right.
And when we moved here, it was a ginormous culture shock, even though
Exactly.
we are from here. Austin specifically, like I moved here maybe 4 months ago, and the majority of people that I meet, like the new friends that I have, aren't from here, like at all.
Yeah.
Like they're either from LA or somewhere like way up north. A bunch of my coworkers, honestly, are from like Manhattan and stuff like that. And I have never been to any of those places.
And
Quite frankly, I've been to like Louisiana once and Colorado once. I've been on a plane before, and it's insane to hear like where all these people are coming from and why they're actually in Austin.
And you know what's crazy? This weekend, I was on 6th Street.
Oh God.
And I started to come to Peckerheads. And I was like, okay, we got to go up these stairs. I would hate to go way up these stairs and Madi not be the bartender. That would just, it would have just blew the whole weekend. And it was kind of cool. Like,
What day did you go?
We was out there Saturday. I was actually Saturday night.
I was there Saturday night.
I knew I should have came in there. I knew I should have came. I said, I'm going to go in Peckerhead. And when I said the name, I was like, Peckerhead. Ain't that like a profane one?
Pecker, I just met her.
Right, like, ain't that like, because I remember a Richard Pryor special I was watching, and it was like, he was like, yeah, when they get mad and they start cussing, it's like, come on, you fucking peckerhead. And I'm like, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw the name on the bar. And I'm like, I never paid attention to this spot. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hidden, but I have to ask you, have you ever had an adios motherfucker?
nah.
Well, you should.
I need to come. See, the thing of it is I'm kind of like lame when it comes to 6th Street. I go to 6th Street, I waltz up in the little bar, get my little Jack and Coke, or I get my little shot of tequila, and then it's like, okay, let's get out of here because the crowd is coming and these youngsters finna act a goddamn fool at some point in time.
It gets insane. I mean, at a drop of a hat, a full-on brawl could be happening right across the bar. And I've learned, instead of trying to intervene, I just sink below the bar so no one asks me for help, and I just wait till it's over with.
Yeah, and it's crazy. You would think that the way the police are positioned on every fucking corner, nothing could happen.
Nope. Even more shit happens. It's like the second they see cops, they're like, oh, better not do bad shit, and then they start doing bad shit.
Exactly. And see, the thing, when I was down there Saturday, it was for one of my little cousins down here. It was birthday weekend. So go down there, like, get him a shot. And we walking through, And the person I was walking with, like, oh, I ain't been to 6th Street in a long time. It looked dead down here. And I said, we not even on the park. We was just crossing Congress. Soon as we got to Brazos and crossed Brazos, the crowd started like, oh,
It's
man.
a sea of people.
Yeah, like this Saturday was pretty cool down there. And I started to stay longer. Mm-hmm. And when I took my couple shots of tequila, like, see, 2 Secchi's in, I'm kind of like almost at my point. But you add 2 shots of tequila on top of that, and it was like, yeah.
To kill you.
I think I might need to call it an evening because anything further might get me on Girls Gone Wild or some crazy stuff like that. Like, yeah, to get loose off the juice. So
Believe it or not, I have actually kind of been on a thing called Girls on Wild on 6th Street.
really,
Yeah, there's a video somewhere on YouTube where I'm flashing my tits for $100.
really,
And believe me, I got that $100. And I
Chuck,
also,
we need to find that video. No.
and little did I know the dude had like 2 million followers. But no, this Adios motherfucker, it comes in it. We sell it in a mason jar, so it's about that big,
Oh wow.
and it comes with 4 different kinds of liquor in it.
Oh, see.
So it has rum, gin, tequila, and vodka.
Oh wow.
And you fill it up about halfway with that liquor, and then the rest is like sour, blue carousel, and like a splash of Sprite.
Oh hell
But
no.
one of those, adios. Like, there's a reason why it's called an adios motherfucker.
I could see one of those, and I would be in that place that's nearby 6th Street.
Oh yeah, and we sell them for like $7, I think, on like Thursdays and stuff like that. So we get all these younger crowds coming in, obviously like new to drinking. I wouldn't say underage, but new to drinking. Mm-hmm. And I have to sit there and I'm like, I have to watch them, bro, because like, oh my god, this tastes so sweet. Can I have like 5 of them? And I'm like,
hell
I mean,
no.
I guess. And like it's like as soon as it hits like midnight 12:30, that's when they just start dropping like flies all the time. And I'm like, oh, how am I gonna get them down the stairs? Because like you said, you've seen those stairs.
Yeah, when I walked to the stairs, honestly, when I walked to the stairs, the young lady, she was nice looking, and I was like, damn, is that Madi? Shit. Okay. And she did. I honestly thought it was you for a minute, and then I focused in like, oh, that's not her.
That's not me.
I'd have ran up on somebody and went to jail out there because I was gonna run up like, hey, boo, and it would have been like, no, that's not Madi. Like, okay. Oh man. But
yeah, Peckerheads is an insane place. I think the first 2 nights I was there and I was in a fight, I had to kick people out of a fight.
oh wow.
Oh, it's these drunk kids that 6th Street is definitely a place to go, like for the college kids here in town, for like UT and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, where are we gonna go? It's cheap beer, it's cheap liquor, and they all seem to flock to Peckerheads. And this one girl one time was, oh no, my boyfriend will pay for my drink. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I go and I get him 2 of those adioses, and I hand them to him, and he's like, why'd you get me 2? And I'm like, well, your girlfriend said you wanted one. She's like, I'm not paying for that, bitch. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take this from you. And she's like, what do you think you're doing? And I'm like, are you going to pay for it? She's like, he did already, and tried to grab it from me. And I'm like, there's no free rides around here.
Right.
I'm going to go take this back until you can find something. And bless her heart, dude, she was like this big, and I'm like almost 6 foot whenever I'm wearing my boots.
Yeah.
And she goes to like slap me, and I like miss it, and she falls on the ground, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to carry her down. She knocked herself out trying to hit me. I didn't even lay a hand on her, man. I'm like, someone need to teach y'all how to drink. I mean, shit, I could drink 4 of these and like, all right, maybe not 4, maybe 2 of them and still be relatively coherent. But man, dude, a lot of kids out there do not know their limits. And then as soon as you hit that street, it is a free for all.
Oh yeah.
Every night at close, you can hear sirens going on, the police just whistling, like, break it up, break it up.
It's like, why do we, like, my thing is, it's one thing to go and have a good time, but it's another thing to go and have a good time, and it's too damn good of a time to where now, instead of going home or going to the girl's house you just met afterwards, you're in the back of a police car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what makes that? what makes that so damn fun? Like, and then another thing I noticed about 6th Street, like, here's the thing when I got to Austin, it just really tripped me out. You got 6th Street right here, then right around the corner from the thick of the action, all of the homeless people, the homeless shelter. So it's like you got young kids, drunks, intermingling with the homeless people, and a lot of them just filter into the crowd. Either they filter into the crowd. Like, I'm surprised clubs stay open without them just filtering up in there trying to grab stuff out the bar.
100%. Yeah. I mean, so I also work at our sister bar, Burnsides, and we have this one homeless guy. He super cool, very nice, never really does anything to like piss anyone off. He'll come in and we'll give him like an Irish coffee. It has like Bailey's in it. He always tips on top. Those are the cool homeless people.
Yeah.
Then there's this homeless lady named Lisa. And I'll be at the door, and every time I'm at the door, before we get busy, she just looks at me and goes, "Rah!" And I go, "Rah!" And she's like, "Okay." And just walks off. And she's so guilty of stealing shit from people.
Wow.
It is insane. And like sometimes the police will detain them, but they'll detain them for like 15 minutes and then they go back to dancing naked on the street.
Oh, yeah. See,
completely butt-ass naked.
I got to give a shout to my bro, Taste of Tay. He just walked in the studio.
Hey, Tay.
We got to get Tay. We got to get Tay some shots. Like today, I told Chuck and Gary when I got here, I said, today's show, I just want to expose all of my peoples that's doing their thing. And I really was looking forward to having you on here because, like I said, y'all show is going to be hot. Like, I almost wanted to just run and jump in the middle. Y'all was having so much fun filming last week. I said, you know what? I just need to be a part of it. Let me stick my hand in the screen just so I could say I was on their show just a little bit. But yeah, Taste of Tay, we got you. We got you in the background. That's my bro, Taste of Tay.
Dude,
like,
I love Taco Mucho.
He critiquing a lot of the restaurants. Like Taco Mucho,
Taco Mucho has the girliest and yummiest drinks of all time.
Oh wow, he done did Nickel City, the Voodoo Room, Waffle House. I was at the Waffle House one. I remember the Waffle House one. Yeah, I was in the Waffle House one. I need to get in another Taste of Tay.
I don't even think I've ever been to a Waffle House, if I'm being completely honest. There's not one in Castroville, Texas.
You've never been to Waffle House?
Guess what? I've like driven by it plenty of times.
And you never eaten there? When we leave off the air today, we going to the Waffle House.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're going to go to the Waffle House. We can get
so
in my car and go to the Waffle House. I will take you to the Waffle House because I like the little grits bowl. They got like this little grits bowl with sausages and eggs and cheese and all of the good stuff in it. It used to be like $3, but now it's like
everything's
priced.
more expensive.
It's like overly priced.
Movie
like,
tickets used to be like what, 75 cents?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna tell, like people, you see all of the memes and stuff that be flying around on Facebook, and people always like, "Oh, tell your age by this," and I'm like, if I did that, people would be like, "What?" Because I remember when. Never mind. I remember when. Like my daddy said he was 71, and I'm like, he had me when he was old enough to have me, but see. El Perito should be on there. Hey, Danny, look.
Hey, duly noted, Danny.
Right on. See, Chuck, I love when Chuck chime in because nobody ever see Chuck. Y'all just get to hear his voice. Like, and I keep telling the ladies, Chuck got the bucks. So y'all, he's an eligible bachelor. Y'all might want to jump him, but y'all ain't gonna ever get to see him. Y'all to just hear his voice. So y'all just gotta call phones and wonder and hope he gonna answer one of them, and you get to hear his damn voice.
I like asking Charlie to like pull stuff up. It's like, Charlie, pull it up.
Yeah, like pull it up,
Charlie,
Chuck.
You're fired.
Right, pull it up, Chuck. Chuck get fired like every episode. Somebody gonna fire Chuck. Like me, I don't fire Chuck. Like, cause Chuck is like damn near my co-host. Like me and Chuck, most of the time he be back there holding me down. But I think I'm gonna have your pretty self a reoccurring guest on my show. See,
absolutely, you're definitely gonna be one on ours for sure.
Yeah, and see, Tay is yet to be. Well, me and Tay did Gary's show, and it was actually a lit episode, but
I watched that. Yeah, that was
y'all
really
was
funny.
y'all episode that y'all just filmed last week was lit, and that's why I was like, you know what, this week I want to get Maddie up here because guess what you doing, Maddie, and you don't even realize it.
Huh.
You actually live streaming with me.
Oh shit! I'm live streaming.
Yes, we on Facebook, we on YouTube.
I'm on TV, Mom.
Yeah, she's on TV. She's
that
on
shit,
TV.
Kristen.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing on a sidebar. Like my little cousin this morning, she posted something, and Mondays and Tuesday mornings, Monday nights, Tuesday mornings, I sit and I try to go through what I want to go through and think about on the show. And I'm like, okay, I got to come up with a topic. And I feel like over the past couple months, I did everything I said I didn't want my show to be. I kept saying I don't want my show to be political. But the hottest topic that was trending was Donald Trump, Joe Biden, this damn election. So I covered that. But when I saw what my cousin put this morning, it put something on my mind, like, and you and Katie was kind of touching on it a little bit last week, and it put it on my mind to just like, when did people actually being transparent and opening up about what's going on with them, when did that become frowned upon? Like, it made me sit back and think that, like, within our community, within the urban community, we frown upon people when they do that. Like if a person like, oh man, this bothering me and I'm emotional, like men not supposed to cry in our community. And say like, and Tay, you could probably relate to this. You get an uncle. He may have went through some things and he kind of a little mentally off. Instead of the family banding together and getting him help, what we do? Set him off in the back room, close the door, and somebody just go visit him. If it's a family dinner, take his plate back there, knock on the door, hand it to him. Don't even involve him. So when I saw my little cousin put this post, it hit something with me. And it was like, you know what? I really need people to understand this. It's nothing wrong if you say you go to a therapist. That's nothing to be frowned upon. That's actually a token of strength because it takes a strong person to acknowledge something wrong with them and actually go seek help for it. Like we as people need to stop frowning on people when they trying to face and embrace their problems. It's like,
100%.
That's the whole reason. Like today, I figured I was going to wrap all this together. That's the whole reason why I wanted you on my show. I eventually want Tay on my show. Why? Because all of y'all, everybody trying to do their thing. And if I can be a platform to spring y'all forward with ATX After Dark, with Taste of Tay, even with false news, I know me. Like the kind of person I am, a bunch of people, I don't know why it's been like that my whole, even when I did music, a bunch of people support what I do. So my thing is, if I can open up my peoples to support everything we doing, because we really a podcast community. It's really not just about me and the Jackson Report. Like I don't do this just because I want to get up here and talk in front of a microphone.
Yeah.
I do it because I'm a part of a group of people that's all excelling towards the same direction. And if I could do anything to speed that up, far be it from me to not use my platform to open it up for everybody else. So that post really stuck to me like, you know what? We really got to start being better as people. Like when it comes to other people, that's just like, even I found myself sometimes seeing people on the corner and you be like, okay, he got this sign and he's saying he'll work for this and that, but he might go home. It's always like, instead of being empathetic towards it, I'll ride right by like, man, if it was me, you wouldn't do nothing. But I had to start thinking about it. It's not me. Like I'm in a position to where I could bless somebody else and it not even hurt me.
100%, yeah.
So it's like Saturday, like even Saturday, my thing was to come in Peckerheads and buy my cousin drinks. And it was just like, I wanted to buy him drinks. I didn't even want to get drunk. I was going to buy him drinks and the person who I was with drinks. But I had one too many drinks and forgot about buying everybody else drinks. And then I started seeing pretty females. And then I saw the girl I thought was you. And I was like, okay, I need to tell Gary I am in love with Maddie. And that's not even fucking Maddie that I saw.
Hey, I'm single.
She flirting on there. I'm gonna get in trouble because there's people viewing this show. They're right. She's single. I'm single.
But I get what you're saying, man. A lot of it has to do what, in my point of view, is like karma. You know?
Yeah.
Like you put out good into the world, and good will the majority of the time come unto you, depending on what you did for that good or for whoever.
Yeah, that's like living in a secret.
Mm-hmm.
The law of attraction.
So, for instance, whenever I do go to work at Peckerheads, you have to you can't park on 6th Street because they keep it closed.
Yeah.
You have to go find some parking lot or pay like $20 an hour, even though I work there. And there's this lot right behind Peckerheads. Mm-hmm. I remember I pulled up one day and there's this older looking black gentleman. He kind of looks homeless, but not really. I get out and, I'm just sitting there having a conversation with him, his name is Eddie B. Uh-huh. He's I want to say he's probably late 60s, early 70s. Uh-huh. You just get to sit there, get to talking with him. He's like, I'm a retired cowboy from West Texas, blah, 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 blah. And, I threw him a 5 and he goes, you keep throwing me 5s, you won't have to pay to park anymore. He was like, I'll sit there and I'll watch your car and make sure that the people that own it won't put a boot on your car. And every night since that I've worked, I go out there, I have a conversation with Eddie, throw him a cigarette, throw him a beer, and he's like, I got you, mama. And nothing has ever been done to my car. Yeah, for sure, I walk into the parking lot after work, and there's boots on all these cars, but there's mine, no parking pass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just, and he's always like, yeah, mama, if you want, some cigarettes, you want this, I got you. And I'm like, it's okay, Eddie, it's okay. And, sometimes he'll come in, and I'll give him a beer, too. But, that's just an example of being sympathetic and, helping someone, that,
Exactly.
It eventually comes back to you.
It does. Because I've helped a ton of people. Shit ain't came back yet. No, it does. It reciprocates all the time. So, it was for instance, earlier, and I sent it to Chuck, I saw that the Austin City Council is thinking about buying 2 hotels to shelter the homeless. And I had thought about that. I was like, all of these empty buildings that be down here, why don't they fund the homeless with that? Why don't they open it up and put the homeless people in there as opposed to allowing their campsites everywhere? Mm-hmm. Because to me, it's not a problem. I ride past them and I be looking dang, they creative as hell because they got camp communities.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I live off of Riverside. Honestly, I think that first picture was probably on Riverside. And as soon as you turn off of 35, it is just a homeless encampment on the median. It's like a whole community.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that on my way here, actually.
I think that, yeah, because it's they thinking about buying 2 different hotels and putting them up. And, it's going to always come with criticism. You're going to have people that's like, well, why do they get to live? Because when I saw the article and I was reading it that day, I was looking at the comments. It was so many people just shitting on them. Oh, wow, so maybe I should just quit my job and I get to live to be free too. I'm going to just live free like they do. And it's dude, you got to think about the reality of it. Here's the deal when it comes to that. Who's to say that these people don't want jobs? But a lot of employers, even when I lived in Detroit, I saw this. A homeless guy might have all the skills in the world, but they going to look at their appearance and be like, oh, nah.
And a lot of times on those applications, it's asked you your annual income, or they want a W-2 or something, or what's your address,
yeah.
Or do you have a reasonable way to get to work?
And this person is like,
I don't,
but I'm gonna get here. The thing of it is if a person was smart, if these employers were smart, I would be the person to hire a homeless man. Why? Because of the simple fact of, that's a person who has nothing to lose. He's going to be at that job every day, and I guarantee you he's going to do the best job, a better job than some of the other employers. Why? Because he's going to be appreciative that you gave him that opportunity. It's true. Like, now, the ones who I can't rock with is when you pull up to Cesar Chavez and you minding your business off 35 at that light, and all of a sudden you're getting your windows cleaned, and you didn't even ask. You didn't even ask for it. I mean, they do a good job, but the thing of it is like, give me a chance to invite you over. Don't just when I pull up, now you wiping my windows off. A lot of times I don't carry cash.
I have seen them actually fight someone in their car. Like get mad that like, hey, don't touch my car, and they keep touching it, and he's like, bro, seriously, stop touching my car. And I've seen him like flip it around and start beating on their windshield. I was like, hey man, you can wash mine if you want, just don't beat my windshield, okay?
No, I'd be like, nah, because a lot of times I don't ride with cash, and it's like I can't swipe the credit card. Like, thank you for your service. You got the card machine. They ain't looking at me like. No. And then you can't just reach over and give them like the change I have in my change little drawer. Like,
and the really sad part about it is like a lot of these homeless people do actually have like mental disabilities.
Yeah.
Like I have an uncle, he's a paranoid schizophrenic in San Antonio, and he was homeless for, years. And it didn't matter if my grandparents they would give him money, they'd give him a cell phone, he'd end up in a halfway house, and he'd start on his meds, and then as soon as he would be well enough on his meds, he'd be like, well, fuck, I feel fine, why am I taking these? And then just relapse immediately.
Exactly. And see, that's, and it's crazy because if you sat down and talked with one of them, because I found myself, and this happened like this past weekend, I found myself walking and talking with this gentleman. And we just talking, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I said, what side of town you live in? And he was like, everywhere. And I was like, that's when it dawned on me. I'm like, dang, he homeless. And I was like, I gotta ask you just one question. I said, what is it like? And he was just like, honestly, he was like, this the freest I ever felt. And I sat home, I went home, and I was like, I had to think about that. Like, what do you mean the freest you ever felt? Like, how could you be free? But then I thought about it from a different perspective. He not worried about if his lights gonna get cut off, if they gonna repossess his car, if he's not gonna be able to pay his rent this month. He not worried about stressing over the landlord. And I said, dang, that might be a free. If it was a way for people to feel that feeling, I think everybody would. But today I just felt like, dang, it's time, like, and this is just me feeling guilty, I guess, because I've rolled past plenty of them and be like, oh, no, nope, they wouldn't give it to me. Mm-hmm. But now I need to retool my train of thought, because that very well easily could have been me in this pandemic. Like, so many people got their jobs and careers snatched right from up under them. Like, the whole country was a phone call away from being homeless, if you ask me, because
100%, yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen the next day, and we still, like, in the midst of this pandemic.
Still have no idea what the fuck is going on with the pandemic.
No,
we kind of do, but, like, the disease itself, like, the stimulus checks, like,
yeah.
I was told I was going to get 2,000, I got 600, which I'm not complaining about whatsoever, but it's just confusing and it's aggravating at this point.
It is like because it's like every other day is something new coming out. Like, oh, we got this, we got that. Wait a minute, we might have to do this, we might have to do that. Oh, we need y'all to take this, we need y'all to take that. No, don't take this because these are the side effects to that. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing that got me so concerned with this vaccine. Like, most times the commercial come on for anything and it's like, oh, side effects include diarrhea, this and that, this and that. With this vaccine, what's the damn side effects? Because it does come with side effects. Everybody's body not gonna react the same way to this vaccine.
I think there's like one side effect. I was listening to some like news report the other day. It has something to do with like your skin. But I think it was like 1 out of every 40,000 or 20,000 that have gotten that.
Bell's palsy, that thing.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was hearing, like, see me, I'm always crazy thinking. So I'm like, okay, Pfizer. I'm like, Pfizer, that's the same company that made Viagra. So we gonna trust the people
that make your dick hard.
Exactly.
To cure COVID.
I'm like, it's gonna be dudes walking around rocked up, chicks walking around nipples hard, all because we took this damn vaccine,
I mean,
leaving out
honestly,
the
it's not a
hospital.
bad thing.
Hey, leaving the hospital. We gonna be leaving the hospital horny as hell, wondering why. Like, come back in 6 weeks for the second shot. Like, I'm trying to come back tomorrow to get this feeling again. You know what I mean? Like, what we gonna do? Like, seriously, but seriously, like today, I had kept telling Gary, like, when I come through some days, I have so many topics, but I just felt like after months and months of Trump this, Biden that, the election this, the Capitol that, blacks this, whites that, insurgents this, that. I just felt like, let's tone it back.
Yeah, it's a huge refresher once you don't, like, I stopped getting on Twitter for a while, like the past, probably like 6 months. I just deleted Twitter completely because I was sick and tired of seeing it. And ever since I've moved here, I mean, I'm hardly on Instagram. I'm always out doing something. I'm at Zilker, I'm at West, or I go to comedy shows and I do this, and that.
You still got comedy shows going on?
I still got comedy shows
I
going on.
need to get back in the loop because I'll do a comedy show. But my experiences with 6th Street, like when I first got to Austin, the very first time I went on 6th Street, I got into a fist fight. I'm like, that's what this shit is about.
Passage, okay.
I'm like, that's what this is. And it was South by Southwest. So it's crowded. I'm thinking it's going to be a good time. And I'm walking in the dude like, I know what you're doing. You're looking at my girl's ass. And I'm like, y'all walking towards me, bro. Unless she got it on her stomach, how am I looking at it? I'm like, I'm not even paying y'all no attention. So we ended up, it really, I guess it really wasn't a fist fight. He ran up, I swung twice, and then the police was like, I seen everything, and pushed me like, go home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's where I was going any damn way. And to this dude, like, just because I was fascinated because of the simple fact, I always thought Coyote Ugly was just a damn movie. But when I walked on 6th Street and I saw the actual bar, I was like, it's a real club. And then when I walked in and they was actually dancing on the bar like they did in the movie, I'm like, oh shit, this might be kind of lit.
Yeah, they have one here, and then they have one in San Antonio. In my opinion, the one in San Antonio is way crazier and way rowdier.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually friends with one of the door guys at Coyote Ugly right now, and I asked him, I was like, hey, like, how's it going since COVID? Because, like, you can't, like, bring other people up on the bar. You can't, like, shove your tits in their faces. The whole, what Coyote Ugly actually is. Yeah. And he's like, I mean, other than men wanting to come and look at chicks in Daisy Dukes and boots, we haven't been the same.
Yeah. Now, see, the one thing I thought that it really would affect would be the strip clubs. Because I thought that it would, like, and then the dudes in Houston, Houston was innovative during this whole pandemic. When they shut the clubs down at first, Houston had drive-through strip clubs. Like, you pull up and get, like, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, your car get a... Who the hell is... I don't know who this is.
I know who that is.
Let's see. What's going on, Eli?
Hey, DeWitt, what's happening?
You the man.
Hey, Eli.
So you guys are talking about Coyote Ugly, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, I had no idea what that was, and I was doing comedy with my buddy Mike Eaton, and I just met him at the time, and he said that I was way too cocky, and he needed to humble me, which not at the time. He told me this months after. He took me to Coyote Ugly, and I guess he gave him $20 to harass me and abuse me.
Oh shit!
And we walked in there, and they like pulled my shirt over my head and wrote "cum dumpster" on my back.
Oh,
and like
relatable.
Threw water at me, and then I was like, all right, let's get out of here. And then me and Mike were leaving, and I was like, hey, I didn't like that. And he was like, yeah, you're being too cocky. I had to mellow you down a little take you down a peg.
And you know,
like,
you know what's tripped out, Eli?
Fair enough.
I never knew you was a comedian, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He also does a podcast here.
I know Eli. I'm hip to Eli doing the
well,
podcast.
what is
I
this
just would love to
one?
see. I would love to see one of your stand-up shows, bro.
Well, it's on the same channel as my podcast,
All right,
Asperger's.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check it out.
And also, you don't have to pay to go to Coyote Ugly to do that. I'll write Cum Dumpster on you all day.
Damn.
I told you I didn't like it.
Why do you think I want to do it?
She want to antagonize the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Join the club. Get in line.
See, I might need to hang out with you, Mr. Eli, because your name ring bells around here.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't go out.
Oh shit.
At least not out of the closet.
But no, I had to have Maddie on here because I was like a fan of her show. And she didn't even realize she was streaming live all this time.
I really didn't. I shut up and I was like,
See?
live.
Exactly.
Say that again?
I said, no, this is how she talks.
Yeah. Also, my podcast, I'm releasing the first episode today on YouTube. Check us out. It's ATX After Dark. I have it on Instagram and on YouTube.
Right on.
Hell yeah, plug it.
That's right. See, that's what I wanted her to do. Shamelessly plug the show because I'll be watching.
I know, I'm excited. We were really nervous at first. At least Kaylee was a little bit. But I feel like as soon as she realized that it was just me and her bullshitting the whole time, it made everything go way better.
I mean, and that's all it, like, that's why I wanted you on here because you see, that's all it is.
Not that one. It's ATX.afterdark. I'm sorry. I should have fixed that.
Yeah, once you get past the fact that there's cameras and lights on you, it's all good.
I know I'm usually not used to it unless I'm naked.
Hey.
Yeah, I haven't posted anything yet. I don't want to post anything until I get the video up so people can actually go watch it. But damn, I actually have more followers than I do following.
Exactly.
And that's another really good thing about working in the bar industry is
It gets your followers up.
I literally will walk up to a table and be like, hey, how's it going, chomos? And they're like, what? You're funny? And I'm like, yeah, check out my podcast.
See, I need you to be like, yeah. I might have to have Maddie.
My fucking washing machine just stopped working. I gotta go.
Yeah, Eli, I gotta go. I'm getting pulled
peace.
over.
That was a hell of a way to exit the conversation. Like, my fucking washing machine has stopped working. But no, I didn't realize y'all had the instant. Now I got you about to have 28 followers.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll follow you and Kaylee. Like, y'all, huh?
29.
29. See, Chuck, the crowd.
Lucky number 29.
If people watching this, don't y'all just love when Chuck chime in? Because he always chime in on point. Chuck always come right out the blue on point, like the voice of God. Like, what are y'all doing down there? Like,
Oh, shit.
like, oh my God.
I didn't know God was a little white boy. But hey, I'm in.
We need the people. See, I be trying to sick all of the women on Chuck. Because he just like Chuck, just the coolest dude. If it wasn't for Chuck, none of this stuff would look like it looked. Like Chuck is the MVP. Like he's the real MVP. And I call him, like I don't even really prepare like that. Mm-hmm. I send Chuck them texts like maybe Tuesday morning, like Chuck, this, and can you make this happen? And can we do it like this? And could you have me zip lining in from across the? And he'd be like,
just come down.
And by the time I get here, he'd be like, well, this is how it's gonna look today. We gonna do it like this. And then he got this nice background behind us. If y'all seeing it, start getting ready because starting next month, I'm implementing a segment in my show. Kayon's Crazy Recipes. And we're going to sit down. We're going to eat something that he came up with and created. and then we gonna chop it up like me and Maddie doing. See,
I am such a slut for food.
really,
I love all food.
all food.
Yeah, especially like spaghetti. But you mentioned tamales earlier.
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
dude.
My mom in Colorado. I was so upset talking to my dad earlier, and he told me they made tamales, and I'm like, and I wasn't there. Like, is she gonna make them again? And he's like, he wants you to make them again. And she's like, tell him to bring his ass out here. So it's like I have to go 960 something miles away to get some tamales because it's just like I hadn't eaten tamales and couldn't nobody get me to eat them except for my mom. She was like, "You want one of these?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't eat those." And she was like, "Just try it for me." Can't tell my mom no, so I ate the thing, and it's like, "This what they taste like," and I had some more of them. She like, "Yeah,
So this is probably going to gross a lot of people out. I've actually been conditioned by my family to eat tamales with ketchup. yeah.
Oh.
I'm not kidding you.
No, see, ketchup. I'm not a fan of ketchup at all.
That's why you hated it.
I'm not a fan of ketchup at all. But tamales and ketchup, nah. Give me some like spicy salsa. Sour
I like ketchup
cream
with
or
my
something.
macaroni as well.
Oh, Maddie.
I fucking love ketchup.
I was a fan. You just ruined it.
But I also cannot handle spicy stuff either.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'll make myself eat spicy stuff because it's delicious, but then my mouth starts swelling, and then I'm like, oh, fuck, this is why I didn't do this in the first place.
Spicy. I got to have a little bit of spice. Like today was a real chill show because I really wanted to get you used to being live streamed.
Yeah, I like this a lot, actually, like interacting with people that like are actually watching.
Yeah.
But no, what we were saying about the strip clubs earlier. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, they are not hindered whatsoever. Have you been to the Palazzo on Industry Night?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you have?
Nope.
No, they have $69 bottles.
I'm gonna have to go to the Palazzo.
No, that's what you said. We could bring
Industry.
Charlie. Go get him a little girlfriend.
Chuck.
I'm not bringing $69.
No. $69.
As long as
no.
they're all in ones, I think you're good.
No, Chuck's not gonna bring just $69. So wait, $69 for
It's for Industry Night.
That's an ironic price.
Dude, 69 and you have to get there at 4:20.
Oh, why can't it be 68? I still owe you one. But this week it was fun because I had you on. Your show is going to be a lit show. When I tell you, from what I was watching last week when y'all was recording it, I was almost slightly envious. Like, this show gonna be so live. Cause what dude don't want to sit back and watch two nice looking females bantering back and forth? And I'm quite sure the stuff y'all see being a bartender,
Insane.
and that's what made me. I wanted to come in Peckerheads because my cousin was telling me, he like, oh, this just the start of it. And we got there at like 12 o'clock. And I'm like, it's only 2 hours left. He was like, oh, no, this just the beginning of the night for people. And I'm like, what they gonna do after 2 o'clock? And he like, it's a whole different life
Literally,
after that.
no one shows up to Peckerheads until like midnight, 12:30. And then from then on out, it's just like, can I get a vodka soda? And like, don't get me wrong, I love whenever we're crowded, for sure. But the only thing is, all it takes is one TABC officer to walk in there and be like, all right, y'all are all done. It's happened to a couple bars on West. I mean, it almost happened to us a couple of times. Thank God we have like little microphones and shit like that. But it's just so difficult to like have to tell these people because like the lay of the land is if you don't have like those like plastic or like see-through little window things at the bar, you are not allowed to come to the bar and order. So it's like a restaurant. So you have to go as like 3 bartenders taking care of like 200 plus people, walking up to the table. It's like, hey guys, what do y'all want? Or this, and this. And then whenever they do come to the bar, they get pissed off that you tell them to like leave,
Right.
like go sit down. And I mean, for the most part, it's all right. But I mean, it hinders our ability to make money, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine that because every bar that I've walked into, that don't have a little plexiglass. They're like, go sit down, they'll come to you. And it might be all night before we get a damn waitress. So I rather prefer the bars where I can go up
to them, and then
sit down.
There's a couple of bars. You ever been to West?
Yeah, a couple times.
Which bar did you go to?
We went to, I done been to the Green Light, but most of the time, if I go on West, it's Lil Woodrow's.
I like Lil Woodrow's. They have one in San Antonio. The one in San Antonio is amazing. They have like a bunch of like fires and shit outside. Oops, shit, I hit that. I like that one. I like bars that like I can actually sit down and hear myself think a lot of the times.
Oh yeah, so you want that bar on a Monday night where it's like you and 6 other people in there. Like you. So on like a Saturday night, it's just like.
Oh God! Well, there is a bar, and I'm not going to name names on West for fear of getting them in trouble. But there is a bar. The first time I went there, you walk in with a mask, and it's like really hard to get in for some reason. Like, yeah, for sure, you're like most bars on a Saturday, you're gonna have to wait. But like they would like look and make sure, like, all right, who's in there, who's not. All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. Most of the time, I can get in as like an attractive female. But I walked in there, and it was like COVID never existed.
Oh, hell no.
I'm talking shoulder to shoulder, no masks, walking up to
What
the
up,
bar,
sis?
like everything, whole 9 yards. And what they do is they have some windows in the front and they'll close them at like 10 p.m. so that TABC and all of them cannot see in, like the fire marshal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you walk in there and it's like a completely different world.
Oh, shit. Yeah. We're about to get off air and you got to tell me about this spot.
Oh, hell yeah.
But sis, I need you to send me your logo so I can put it back there. I need y'all logo. Like, I'm promoting everybody in the background.
I need it. I'm making a logo right after this.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eli's actually going to help me with it, I think.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, he's very artistic.
Oh, so we're not
autistic.
going to eat at the Waffle House. I'm going to eat at the Waffle House.
Actually, I was going to go to LA Crawfish.
Where is that at?
I don't know. It's summer around here. They have one in San Antonio, too, but you just, like, you order it by the pound and...
Crawfish? I've never eaten crawfish because it's just sucking the head out of something just don't sound
Hey, you say
right
you
to
like
me.
spicy stuff. You don't have to suck the head. I only do it because I'm a whore. How do you think I got so good at it?
Oh, shit. I just can't see crawfish and crab legs. I can't see working to eat my food.
The crab legs by far superior crustacean. I think that's what it is. Or Caucasian. I don't know.
I can't see it. I pay all that money for some food and then I still gotta work to eat it. No, like if they come cracked and open for me, cool. But the fact I can dig with a fork and it's taking on, that just don't work for me. Like
As a kid, we used to catch them. Like, you just go down there and them motherfuckers get big and their claws, ooh, them pinchers hurt.
Yeah.
But you do for like all day. We just go out there and go to the river, pick them up, have a crawfish broil. Yeah, sure, they look like bugs, but like,
oh wow.
they're tasty.
I might try it one day. Like one day. It takes some hell of a convincing. But I had to have you on here because y'all show, even though it's a new show, I guarantee you 3 episodes in, y'all following gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think next week we're going to have one of our buddies, CJ. He's also known as the Black Jesus on 6th Street.
Wow.
Yeah, he talking about a cartoon character, man.
Wow.
Holy shit.
So, your show, now you said you on Instagram and you're on YouTube. And y'all gonna be filming every other Tuesday?
I think after next Tuesday, we're going to start doing it every Tuesday.
Right on. So
If
y'all
our
to be coming
schedules line up.
on. So y'all to be coming on right after me. Huh?
Mm-hmm. You get to sit in and
I get
watch
to sit
all
in
the
studio.
fun
I get to sit in the
stuff.
studio and watch all of the fun stuff happen.
Yeah, I loved it whenever you and Gary were in here. Y'all were laughing y'all's asses off. It
Because
always helps to have an audience.
y'all silly. Like it was just fun watching y'all for the first time. And I said, once they realize how easy this is, it's gonna be amazing. So, like, you see now, like today, Gary, like, what topics are? I said, dude, I don't really have no topics this week. I just wanted to scale it back because I've been implementing. So I've been drilling these people mind with so much stuff over the past 4 months with me doing this show that today I really wanted to speak to my daddy because he's like really the reason why I stuck it out in Austin in all intensive purposes, I should have went right back to my hometown after a couple months here, but I stuck it out because I thought about what Colorado did for my daddy, and I figured, I'm in a new territory. Let's see what it could do for me. And then I had to think earlier, like, all right, on top of that, oh shit, I remember Maddie's supposed to be on my show. So if my people start looking at their show, and then I know her people, like, it's just like when artists do a collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Both artists getting each other fans. But I know it's a few people that follow me and a few people that view my show, so I wanted them to see the newest show coming out of Austin. Who don't want to watch a show with two pretty girls on it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and you were definitely on the guest list for mine.
All right.
Like we're getting all of the logistics or like the guest order in line. I mean, we probably won't have, I'd say like maybe next month we'll start having like real guests on.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's, I mean, me and Kaylee both have like such a following through Instagram only because we're hot chicks. But like little do they know, we're just dudes trapped in hot chicks' bodies. Like that's literally what it is. We thought about calling the podcast "Hey Brother" because that's how we answer everything. Like, "Hey brother, what's going on, brother?"
See, so,
I mean, you've heard Gary say it 1,004 times.
Yeah, so it's like I wanted them to see what's coming next, and I needed them to understand.
I appreciate it for
and
sure.
See, and I wanted you to get comfortable just sitting up shooting the shit, because that's all doing a podcast is.
And I'm super thankful for that. I'm honored to be on here, honestly.
So this week was just about it. I told Gary when I got here, I said, by the time we at the end of the show, I'm gonna have to tell Maddie, like, you didn't even realize you just streamed for over an hour
Dude,
live.
you should have waited. You should have. God, my mind would have been like, huh?
Yeah, you streamed
What
over
the
an
fuck?
hour. You just streamed for over an hour. And you see how easy it was?
Yeah, it was way easier than I thought it was gonna be, to be honest.
It's not hard. You just in front of all of this nice looking equipment and stuff, and you shooting the shit.
It makes me feel super special.
Yeah, and not normally I be drilling these people mind with so much shit. Like I be this, that, this, the other. But today I just wanted to chill because I got a lot of stuff going on, and especially I'm on 24-hour call at my other job, because this is one of my jobs, but at my other job I'm on 24-hour call. So I really wanted to chill today in case I had to run off the damn camera and go handle a maintenance call. But it's been a pleasure.
An absolute honor for me, sir.
It's been a pleasure to actually have my show, actually have a nice looking young lady on my show that actually has her own show of hers that's probably going to even be hotter than my show. Like, I predict a lot of good things, and I'm predicting that y'all show is going to be a hot show in Austin.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot, honestly. It means a lot.
It is, and then you can be looking forward, 'cause I'm coming in Peckerheads this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yes.
I'll be there.
So, yeah, I work Peckerheads Thursday through Saturday, and then I work Burnside's right across the street Monday, Wednesday.
All right. I'm going to be in there probably this Friday.
I'm so excited.
I'm just
I
gonna-
love whenever people I know come in because it's just like a bunch of fraternity and sorority people, and I love seeing new faces. It
Yeah,
makes me
I just
so
want to come in and
happy.
see what the layout look like, and then see what's going on.
I'm
with
gonna
it.
pay for your first adios, motherfucker.
Oh, I'm not gonna drink it.
That you know of.
I'm not gonna drink it. But this has been another great episode of the Jackson Report with me and Miss Maddie. Be looking for ATX After Dark. It's a new podcast coming out of Austin, and when I tell y'all they show is lit, y'all like my show, y'all gonna love they show. Anything else you want to say to the people before we slide up out of here?
Go ahead and follow me on my podcast on Instagram. It is all lowercase ATX After Dark. I will be posting media on it today. I haven't really gotten a chance to set up my YouTube account, but my YouTube, the actual podcast, will be up on YouTube sometime within the next few hours. Also, be nice to people, guys. That's all it takes. Just be nice.
Exactly. We out of here.
Bye, everyone.